have it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't like dived
Hold
into
on
it.
one
So
second. Hold on one second. I'm going to record this. Fraser, do you want to ask that question again? Then, because I feel like this is
well,
good content.
he didn't really ask a question. He just made a comment, and I have something to say.
Well, no. Fraser was asking what he
Yeah.
should jump into next,
Oh,
and
yeah,
on
okay.
PlayStation, he just finished Days Gone, and now he's trying to figure out what he's interested in. So Russell is about to answer that question.
So obviously I don't have a PS5. But if I were you in your situation, well, obviously my answer would be Astrobot, but you're not going to do that because you're not much of a platformer guy.
Well, no,
If
I
you're
will. I am gonna play it. I am gonna play it, but I only have a like PlayStation Plus thing. I'm not ready to go out and like buy games yet.
okay,
Um,
so me answering with some PS4 games will probably end up being a good thing for you then.
yes,
I
yep,
don't know exactly what's on there. So you went and played Days Gone, which is a great
yep,
game.
loved it.
So Returnal I played a few hours of and I like it. I have sort of a weird relationship with rogue games. With both Dead Cells and The Binding of Isaac, I remember playing each of them, and actually 20XX. I remember playing each of them for like an hour or two and being like, eh. And then like later, I saw a trailer or something, or like some online content or something, and I was like, I gotta give that another shot with all three of those. And then I went back, and it was like a bug bit me, and I had to
Yep.
keep going back. And I can tell the same thing's gonna happen with Returnal.
So
Um,
Returnal's a roguelite then, is it?
yeah, well, yeah,
I
it is.
didn't know.
Yeah, it is a
Oh,
rogue game. Um,
okay, I didn't
when
know
you
that.
Yeah, when you die, you'll end up back at the beginning. I'm not super far in it, so I can't like comment too much on the story.
I never
So
finished
keep
it.
Mm-hmm.
that in mind. Um, so other than that, I don't know if it would be on PlayStation Plus because the remaster remake thing just came out. I'm not the biggest Horizon fan. I will say the gameplay in Horizon Zero Dawn is fucking excellent. My issue is with
Yeah.
I think the story is kind of eh. But
Is that the first one?
yeah,
Well, yeah, so I've played and finished the first one.
okay.
I
Um,
did that. I did that on my PlayStation 4 like a while back. I
okay.
really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Ratchet
I'm
and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. If that's your thing, I know it's 3D platformer esque, but it's not
mhm.
quite what Mario or Astrobot is. I want to say
It's funny because I say I don't like 3D platformers, but honestly, I haven't played one in such a long time that who knows, man.
It's the same.
I might like them again. I'll tell you what I'm playing at the moment. Uh, the Days of the Dev just happened like last week sometime. I don't know if you guys saw anything about that, but there was this game that kind of got shadow dropped called Tank Head, and I it's like I really liked the Surge,
Yeah.
and it kind of reminded me of that. So you're a little tank, and you roll around destroying other tanks, and then when the battle's finished, you get out of your tank and you strip the parts off the defeated tanks and put them on yours. It's very cool, but I didn't realize it was a rogue. So I was like an hour and a half into this mission and I fucking died. And it takes you right back to the start. An hour and a half in. And I was like, this is fucking crazy. So I started up the second, like I started that mission again and I just like pushed the objectives rather than exploring. Um, Fucking fun though.
See, that's
But
the
anyway,
thing
sorry,
that
Russell.
concerns me with Returnal for you, because I
Okay.
think you would have a lot of fun with Returnal. I had a ton of fun with Returnal. I appreciate it for what it is, but I'm a lot like you, where I can dedicate hours and hours and hours to it, and then if I have to start back from the beginning, I'm going to punch something, and so
hmm
that's the only thing I could see where you might be not a
I
fan of.
I like those rogue games, but I like the loop to be a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Like Brotato or Vampire Survivors. Like it's quick. Go, 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 die. All right, cool. Let's try that again. Go, and it is different each time. This tank head, it plays like an RPG almost. Like you're putting in time. The fights are intense. Like you can die at the drop of a hat, and to have such long missions, being rogue, it's really brutal.
What's have you played Ghost of Tsushima yet?
No, no.
I think maybe that one.
hmm So you just
But
remember that Shadows is coming out in February.
yeah, that's what I was just thinking about
I,
though.
even though they're going to be completely different games, like I've just played through Days Gone, and it's that huge open
Hmm.
map exploring all the things. Assassin's Creed's got the same formula, so
You're
I
wanting
want it
to.
something a little bit more actiony, bite-sized that I could like dump a few hours in, and
I'm in agreement with
that's
Russell
why I
then.
was thinking
Uncharted. Uncharted.
Returnal or Bloodborne. Oh yeah, there's the Uncharted series as well. I know someone in the chat is playing through one of them at the moment, and they're saying like the combat's quite fucking rough.
I see a lot of people said
So
that back when it came out, but I disagreed, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I'm
To
like
each
I
their
said,
own.
I haven't played them, so I've done both Last of Us 1 and 2. I've played those.
I
Brilliant.
was yeah, I was actually just gonna ask you about those. I can't speak to Uncharted 4. I've played the older ones and I liked them.
See, I'm
Um,
someone who I'll need to start at 1. I'm not going to be able to play 4, even if it is a completely new story, completely new characters, like whatever. The type of person that I am will be like, fuck, what am I missing out on? And if I've played 4, I find it very hard to go back to the earlier ones.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
I don't know.
true.
okay.
I'll pick something.
Yeah,
There's the
and
Spider-Mans as well. There's
Oh
those.
my
um,
I know
gosh, the
so
those are great.
Spider-Man games.
so
Oh.
I've played the first one. It seems weird saying this, and maybe this is one of the. So I did this with The Witcher 3 too. I bought The Witcher 3 a couple of years ago, and it took me till The Witcher 4 preview to get into it, and now I love it. Something about the first Spider-Man for PlayStation. I own it, and I've played it on my Steam Deck and a little bit on my PC. Something about it just didn't grab me. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure. I'm a giant Spider-Man fan. Loved Ultimate Spider-Man back in the day. Loved the Ultimate Alliance games, which really has nothing to do with. That's more of
Maybe
like a
they were
D.
fun, dude. I was
Yeah, that
so gutted when number 3 was like Nintendo exclusive. Like, what the fuck? Was it Nintendo? I think it was Nintendo.
I assume that we're
I
still.
think
I can
so.
talk about this. This really isn't a rumor. Um, I cannot confirm anything, but I can tell you that there is some data mining going on. And at least I believe on Steam, there's something in the back end going on with Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, and a handful of other Activision related titles right now.
Oh,
Right.
that's
See,
right. Yeah, I
I've
did
got
hear
1
about
and
that.
2 physical. Um, so I've got no. I can play those whenever I want. But
Yeah, but what that tells me is that if Microsoft decides to do something with them, maybe we'll get improved frame rate, maybe we'll get
oh
4K graphics, maybe we'll get. I know that the control scheme in particular for the first Ultimate Alliance is a little dated by today's standards. Trust me,
yeah.
I just played it a few weeks ago with what's basically my nephew, and he was complaining about the controls the whole
Oh
time.
god. Yeah. I tell you what, I want those 2 Transformers games, War and Fall of
um,
Cybertron. Oh, we need
so
those back.
so again, I don't want to get your hopes up,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
those are on the list that I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. Well, because since Microsoft bought Activision, there's so many old IPs that need to come back. But I'm guessing that it's got to be a money thing because like the Transformers, I'd have to pay Hasbro, and
Unfortunately, some of Activision in particular, some of their best games not named Call of Duty have huge licensing issues. The
oh
Ultimate
yeah,
Alliance games, the Transformers games, the Tony Hawk games.
yeah,
Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's others I'm not thinking of off the top of my head.
But yeah, and to go through all that again, like even like when Remedy did the remake of Alan Wake, they dropped all the licensing stuff for that.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't. Unfortunately, Microsoft is in a position with these games where they can't really do that. They can't.
you can't drop Transformers from a Transformers game.
This isn't like a GTA. This isn't a GTA situation where you can be just like, well, the game's going to be the same, but we're not going to deal with Ozzy Osbourne or Rage Against the Machine or whoever.
Yeah.
We're not.
He's going to be Optometrist Prime.
Yeah, you can't really. You can't really buy Spider-Man from Wish and edit him into the Ultimate Alliance game.
Spider Dude.
Yeah.
Arachnid Man or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, so I was definitely higher up on Spider-Man than Russell was. And Spider-Man, honestly, you could get the whole franchise for pretty cheap at this point. I mean, I think you even have access to the first one in the Miles Morales spinoff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're both on it.
Side note, Returnal was on PlayStation Plus, by the way.
Yes. Yep.
And then, so the thing about Spider-Man 2 is, everybody knows it's about Venom, right? But I felt like the game was 3/4 build up, 1/4 actual shit going down. That was the thing that kind of let me down. But it kind of left me feeling a little like, ooh, I wanted more. Not so much like, oh, I want more because I don't want to stop. It was more like, oh no, I feel like it was lacking more content. But
yeah, okay.
That's you're looking for something small, something with a lot of action, and I feel like just me telling you what to expect is going to help with the disappointment. Because I think for me, I was expecting a lot more, and like I got the collector's edition, and it was this whole thing for me, and I knew I was about to meet these guys, and so it was like this huge thing, and then it lasted for 30 hours, and I'm like, man, and I even platinumed it within 30 hours.
Yeah.
So
wow. Okay.
I was also gonna say, I don't know. I've actually been told to buy Miles Morales by several of my friends.
It's really, really good.
To try to get back into Spider-Man 1 because Miles Morales is supposedly like, I don't know how long the main story in the first Spider-Man is, but I've been told Miles Morales is like a 10 to 15 hour game.
You can beat it in like 8 hours. You can beat it in like
I've actually heard the world is smaller too. I don't I maybe they took a chunk out of New York or
I thought it was just the same, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I don't. I'm doing that sight unseen, so I don't really know.
Yeah, well, they add a lot more stuff to it, so I would definitely recommend playing Spider-Man 1 first because it could be that thing of once you play Miles Morales, you don't want to go back.
Yeah.
So I will say that, but
all right. Well, there's some food for thought for me. There's like the PlayStation Plus thing. There's a lot of games on there that I haven't played. Like, I haven't owned a PlayStation for like 10 years, really. I haven't played any of the exclusives. So I've got a.
Did you play the original Until Dawn or no?
No.
You would like that.
If you're into horror games, I would give that a shot. I mean, I don't know if the new one is on PlayStation Plus. I know it didn't sell very well, and people have some issues with it. So maybe play that, maybe don't.
If you're
Did you ever finish Slitterhead?
He's the whore for horror.
So Slitterhead, Slitterhead may not be what you think it is.
Apparently it's really shit.
Well, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I didn't know I was getting into a Souls-like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think many people did.
Yeah,
I wanted it just to be a gory action bullshit.
Yeah, you heard, hey, guy from Silent Hill is making this, and you're like, oh yeah, so it's gonna be a horror game. I don't know, but there is some cool stuff to it. It's not even like awful. It's not like Sophie the Echo or anything. Oh, fuck that goddamn game. That is gonna be a game that haunts me for a long fucking time, and because of that, it's gonna haunt everyone that watches this goddamn show too.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking game. If you want it, Nathan, I have a couple segments about the game already recorded. I could send you to throw something
Oh
up
hell
like
yeah, that
just
would
a
be
few.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I ever want to play the game ever fucking again. But yeah, I do have a. If you guys want a taste of how shit that game is, I can give it to you.
Oh, I don't
Um,
think I do.
yeah, it's pretty goddamn awful.
It's
You know
so
what? I will play
disappointing.
it one more time because I want to show Dano that fucking lockpick mechanic that I took a picture of. That's in my
Oh yeah, I
review.
saw that picture. It
All
was,
the things
oh,
around. Like, what?
It's worse in motion. It's a lot worse in motion. So what that lockpick thing was is that's every time I tried to attempt the lockpick, uh the lockpick gets it gets frozen in time in that one spot, but then I can still move it and there's like a second one. And so it's literally every time you try to unlock it and you fail, it's just copying and pasting the lockpick everywhere. There,
God.
there were times where it got so bad I couldn't see anything on the screen anymore and had to back out and go back into the lockpick. It's just that fucking game, just
So
everything
good.
you could fucking imagine.
so
And I don't know what happened to the devs. They dropped 2 patches in like 3 days, and I was like, okay, they're gonna figure this game out. And then they just
dropped off.
they were messaging me back and forth on Steam on the community page, and then after that second patch, it's just like I've not seen them post in Reddit anymore. I have not, and they were posting a lot up until the game, and the same thing on Steam. That they just fucking ghosted everyone. I don't know how many people actually paid for the game, but
So
anyway.
no, I was gonna ask you because I mean I already know what I'm getting because I mean it was expensive enough I financed it, but I know what my Christmas present's gonna be next week. I'm gonna get one of the Asus ROGs Ally off your
Oh, yeah,
recommendation. So
yeah.
what do you think I should tackle first? Because the first two games I was thinking I would download right away is Helldivers 2 because I'm really wanting to jump back into that and then Diablo 4 just as a game I could just pick up, play a match real quick. What else should I download on there, Russell?
So I'm assuming you're not much of a retro guy.
I mean,
You
not super duper. I mean, I thought about downloading The Force Unleashed, but I don't know. I mean,
so I will say that if you're in the retro mood before you buy anything anywhere, check on GOG.
okay.
They have a lot of I brought this up on the podcast before, but to bring it up again, they have a lot of older games. So a lot of people wondered. I did a write up when the first Resident Evil dropped on there, and I got some comments about like, oh, it'll be awesome when this comes to console. I don't think it is. The original Resident Evils, and the reason being is that GOG does a lot of work. What I'm pretty sure happened with Resident Evil is GOG went to Capcom and was like, "Look, we want these games. We'll do the work on the back end to get them working on PC, and you don't have to do anything." GOG does that with a lot of companies with older games. You'll find out if you look on their store. So if you're looking for retro games, I would maybe go there first. I'm not saying they're gonna have everything, but they have like a couple of hundred of really old games that are exclusive to GOG just because it's not even like a signed exclusivity thing, just no one has them. Probably because they don't want to do the extra work on them. So I would check that out. How are you? So Steam has a lot of. I don't know how much you game on PC now.
I game decent
If you're
amount.
into, yeah, if you're into indies, obviously check out like that. That's what's great about the fucking Steam Deck is that fucking playing PC games on the go on this is awesome. I can't imagine the ROG Ally being much different than that. Um, I kind of have issues with the ROG's form factor. I've tried it a couple of times,
Yeah.
but that's it just feels weird. If you haven't played on a Steam Deck though, you probably won't notice the issues I have with it. Because
Okay.
it's
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot to do with comparison. I would imagine the battery life is pretty similar.
I think
I don't know.
my
I play
main
a lot of
purpose for
indies.
it is going to be using it around the house. Like all the
Yeah,
TVs are being taken up.
I
I
play
want
a
to
lot
chill
of
on the
I
couch.
play a lot of indies on mine, and I play a lot of like Xbox 360 era games too because
Okay.
they don't murder the battery life.
Yeah.
Um,
Or for me, I obviously I don't have one, but I do use the backbone controller in my phone, so it's kind of the same idea. But I find anything that's quick, like any sort of first person shooter, any sort of anything like that, I find it very hard to aim.
Same.
Maybe
Same.
maybe because it's so big, or I don't know what it is. And I found it the same on my Switch. Like anything that like Diablo is the perfect kind of game for something like that. So definitely keep that in mind. Like
Oh, I'm
any
definitely
like Call of
downloading that.
Duty,
That's
all
a
that kind of
yeah.
nonsense. I can't even fucking do it.
Well, see,
so
that's my thing. I want to download Helldivers because I've been craving it lately. Like, it's funny because I didn't play it that much when it first came out, but I'm really wanting to get back into it. But I am a little bit nervous about trying to play
don't
that
be.
thing on the Asus ROG. I'm worried about how it's gonna
Don't
feel.
be. Keep in mind if you're having issues with aiming and whatnot, with most of those games. So first of all, you have Steam input that you can fuck with, which fucks with your controls.
Okay.
Also, you're on a handheld PC, so when you go in, you're gonna be able to adjust either your mouse or your joystick sensitivity, which you probably can't
Okay.
do with like Game Pass on your phone.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you're having issues with aim, if you feel like the aim's too slow, if you feel like the aim's too zippy and too fast, you can fuck with that shit.
That's cool. That's awesome. What are you?
The the
Uh...
first
Speaking
place
of,
Oh, sorry.
the
Go ahead.
first place I would try to do it is in controller settings in games, and if they don't have it or it's not working right, exit out of the game, find the game, and then go into Steam input and adjust it in there.
I just realized I didn't mute my mic and I burped very loud. I apologize.
speaking of Helldivers 2, though, have you seen the controller that just came out?
Yes, it looks
Oh
amazing.
yeah,
I got mine pre-ordered.
Oh, did you
Get
really?
get rid get rid of this fucking plain white bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it looks sick.
It does look sick.
Yeah. So
It,
I got that. I think
it,
it comes out on like the 6th of February or something.
I
Jesus,
think
that's a
so.
while.
I Yeah, cool.
What do
Fuck
you
yeah,
guys think
sick.
you'll get into for Christmas break next week? Because I know Russell's on a big break, and I mean, Fraser, you've been on break.
Mm. My life is a break at the moment. Um what I really want to do. I want to finish Indiana Jones and I want to finish Stalker 2. Those are my two. I'm doing a couple of things for the website, a couple of small things. I need to review 1999. There's a bunch of other stuff that I'm doing, but those are my two main goals. Um, Mon's just got the stat days off, so she's working all the way through. So I'm gonna try and get some shit done.
think for
I'm definitely gonna be fucking with Witcher 3. I also found out yesterday when I was fucking with Witcher 3, it is so there's this thing, and Nathan, you can fuck with this too now that you have that. There's this thing called the Steam Workshop. Uh,
oh yeah,
not a ton of games support it, but it's basically like a mod hub is always all it is. It's kind of like Nexus Mods if you've ever heard of that, but it's built into Steam. The only two games I've played, I think, that support it are The Binding of Isaac and The Witcher 3, as it turns out. So I think I'm gonna make it through The Witcher 3, and then I'm gonna fuck with the mods. They didn't seem as in depth as they are for The Binding of Isaac, but The Binding of Isaac is a weird indie game with this giant cult following. Also, there is a game I'm working on. I can't really say a lot about it. It's website related, and it's not anything huge, but it's gonna be a little while before you hear anything about it.
okay.
The release date
Oh,
for that is, I think, like a month-ish away. So it's we got the code pretty early, but yeah, I can't really say much more than that. But I have something. How sure I'll run into this? I don't know. I literally was just excited to be able to play The Witcher for, you know, as long as I fucking want now. I'm sure I'll be. I got 12 days off. I'm sure I'll find other shit to get into. I don't know if I'll be able to finish The Witcher in like one go. I might have to stop to like play some retro Mega Man or something. But then maybe not. I'm getting. So I gotta tell you guys, I'm getting. So what I'm finding with this is what I found when I originally played Oblivion and Fallout 3, is that I'll do the main quest for a little while, and then I'll run into like a shop to fix a sword or buy something or something. And then that guy's like, hey, did you hear about this in this town? And I'm like, oh, that sounds really cool. And then 3 hours later, I'm like, oh, wait, I gotta go find the king. And I did that a lot in the Fallout games and in the Elder Scroll games. So it's been a while. One of my issues with Starfield is you can't really get lost in the exploration because they kind of like nerfed that a little bit. So yeah, it's been a while that I've been in a big open world where there was actually shit to do, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know a lot of the side quests are like kind of fetch questy, but it doesn't feel like that because you get lost in it. So I'm getting that old like Bethesda fanboy feeling, so I'm really fucking liking it.
Some of those Witcher 3 side quests are better than the actual main quest. The writing of those side quests are incredible.
And I actually the Steam sale happened. So if I get through that, I also own The Witcher 1 and The Witcher 2. The Witcher 1 might be old enough where, like, nostalgia drives it, and if that's the case, I don't know if I can make it through it. But The Witcher 2 I know is still janky, but I can probably...
Did you get the DLCs for The Witcher 3?
Yeah, I think I just bought I bought it a while ago. Yeah. I've had it for a while, but I think
Blood and Wine... again, might almost be better than the base game.
So good.
Okay,
like,
let me...
Story-wise, it's fucking brilliant.
While we're here and talking, let me look this up and make sure.
Honestly, now that we're talking about all this stuff, I'm kind of wanting to go back to Witcher now. So maybe that's what I'll download on the ROG. Maybe I'll pick that up.
Yeah, good idea.
Because I never finished all the side quests. And just running some side quests sounds amazing.
So I have a lot of the DLC. It's the Blood and Wine soundtrack I don't have. Well, who cares about that? I don't.
Who cares about that?
Yeah. Okay. I have Hearthstone. I have Blood and Wine. Oh, I have the expansion. So yeah, I must have bought like I must have bought this complete edition when I bought it. So.
Blood and Wine's fucking brilliant.
Which if you're looking to play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition, it's only $10 on Steam right now.
Yeah. And then if you only are interested in the core game, it's like what, $8, $7? But you might as well just spend the extra $2 or $3.
Yeah, the core game is $7.99.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, dude, there's so much stuff on sale right now on the Xbox store and on the Steam store.
It's insane.
And I want so much of it, but that's the thing. I don't know when to stop myself.
I'm like, cool, I'll buy that, I'll buy that, and then like I'm just gonna get consumed by my backlog.
Well, because
I'm playing Warframe again. Like I'm full into that. I've actually completed almost all of the new content. The only thing I've got left to do is like grind out the max standing for this new syndicate, and then I'm done.
So when I tell you guys this, keep in mind there's ways to collect free games. You know, I have Amazon Prime. I don't know if they give away any Steam games. I get a lot of GOG and Epic games.
Yeah, I never really get any Steam games from that.
But there are other ways to get free Steam games. Sometimes an indie game will be like, "Hey, we're $10, but for the next 24 hours we're free." I have over 500 Steam games.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And I know I have over 100 Epic games, and I think I have 200 or 300 games on GOG. So I have quite the PC library.
Well, because that's the thing. It's like I barely play on PC, but I have a bajillion games. because
If you
of
d-
Amazon Prime.
do you have Amazon Prime or
Yep.
no?
Amazon Prime. Keep up with
Yeah.
Epic Games. Even before I had a computer, I went ahead and I kept redeeming those things when I saw them go through. Like whenever I'd get an email from GameSpot, I would go ahead and redeem it because I'm like, I'm going to get a PC at some point. So I've got a laptop. It crashed on me tonight. I don't know. I need to pay off a car
Epic
before I get a
Games
PC.
Epic Games does a thing every year in the middle of it right now. I think they started 2 days ago with Vampire Survivors. I wish I would have caught that so I could have put an article up on the website for it. So like, they did it one year like 2 weeks before Christmas. I don't know how long it's gonna go on, but every 24 hours they're giving away a new game right now.
Oh, damn. That's
Um,
amazing.
and when they do that on Christmas, it tends to be a big one. Last year, I think it was the Outer Worlds. The year before that, the website broke because it was Death Stranding. I had to try. I got my free copy, and I'm glad I did because I don't really like the game. But also I know one year they gave away Grand Theft Auto 5, and apparently so I know with Death Stranding, the free games go up at 10, and I wasn't able to claim Death Stranding till around 4 p.m. because it was so broken. From what I heard with Grand Theft Auto, it was actually broken until like 10 p.m.
Crazy.
my time.
I
And
would have thought that most people own that by now. Like,
you would think,
Yeah,
but
it's the same with. There's that Tool album, Anima,
yeah.
and I don't know how many copies of Anima I've bought over my lifetime. I reckon at least 7 or 8 copies, and a lot of my friends have bought multiple copies. Like everyone in the world must own that album by now. The amount of
I think I've gone through 2 copies of that album.
yeah.
And actually with Grand Theft Auto, I know Grand Theft Auto 5, I owned it on 360 and didn't play a lot of it. I bought it on Xbox One.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the next gen upgrade, but they had it on Game Pass for a while, so I played it and beat it again. And actually, as embarrassing as this is to admit, I did buy Grand Theft Auto 5 on the autumn sale. That was like we just had a Steam autumn sale like a month and a half ago. It's weird that they waited a lot longer than they usually do to do the autumn sale. So now like the winter sale's here. So it's fucking weird, but I don't know why they did that.
Looking at my hours that I've spent on Warframe. Put 78 days into Warframe, right? It's a bit. I'm actually on my friends list, I'm number 18.
What?
So I'm scrolling up. I've got a couple of guys that I play with a lot. 107 days. Keep scrolling up. 136 days. The top, 241 days.
Oh my gosh.
That's 5,784 hours of Warframe.
Whiz. Let me see.
That's a lot.
So I got a buddy. We've been friends since we were like fresh out of the womb, and he is big into Smite and like live service games and stuff, right? Let's see. I'm pulling him up. He's got, where's his Smite hours? Because let's see. In Marvel Snap alone, he's got 551 hours. And then Smite 3,269 hours.
That's some hours.
That is a couple of hours. Now, I would be curious as to what his Destiny 2 hours is, because he played Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 on Xbox, and then he like continued playing on the PC, so it's all like broken up. But he told me, and it's up there with Smite. But what is
Frazier, I forget. Did you say that Warhammer 40K Dawn of War 2 is any good or no?
Yeah, so it's weird. Dawn of War 1 was a full-on like base building real-time strategy. Dawn of War 2 is like a squad real-time strategy. So like you've gotten rid of all your buildings and all of your stuff, and you just have 5 units. and that's so they've like reduced the scale, so the battles are still there, but it was good. I did enjoy it, but like if you've played 1, 2 is very different.
Oh, they're giving it away for free on Amazon Prime Games, so that's the only reason I was
Chuck it
bringing
on the
that up.
list.
Yeah.
They're also giving away the Outer Worlds, which I own that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
need
saw
to
that.
finish that.
I already own
I
that. I don't even know if I can claim this because I got the Outer Worlds on Epic Games. I think I have it on Xbox and I have it on Steam.
Well,
hoarding much? Digital hoarding much?
dude,
It
that's all
wasn't-
Steam is. It's just about hoarding games.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm probably gonna stop our recording there. We were just hanging out this episode, guys. Hey,
Yeah.
and we were here for recording Game of the Year, and that will be live this Monday morning at this. What time did I say again? It was 10 a.m. Eastern,
Yeah, I think so,
7
yep.
Central. So yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. We've had a lot of fun recording it. As you can tell, this little episode was just us hanging out. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you at the Game Awards.
Bye.